Hello and welcome back to my nail corner. There on my right hand is Shameless Nails Spellbound. It is a gorgeous glitter from their Witchy Woman collection and it glows in the dark, so you know I love that. But we are going to get into a mani today with some West Coast dips. First, I want to show you their Halloween mystery box dips that they sent over my way. It was a great box, you guys, or mystery bag, I guess, that came in a cute little bag. Those are the dips. It came with like tons of water slide decals. That white dip glows in the dark. Great mystery bag. So if you see mystery bags pop up on West Coast Dips Facebook page or Instagram in the future, you might want to snag them because they're awesome. It had some other cute things in it too, but you can catch those on Instagram. She also sent me over these 4 colors. I believe that one is called Brisk. That is Sapphire. And then those 2 dips are the ones I'm going to get into today. But first, I just want to explain, she sent me over Sapphire out of just the sweetness of her heart because I had made mention when I saw the other 2 blue dips, which I'm about to use, that Sapphire is my mom's birthstone. September 22nd, being today, was my mom's birthday. And if you've been around my channel since last year on this day, you may have caught my last Sapphire mani that I did kind of in honor of my mom. I lost her 5.5 years ago to cancer. And so anyway, when I mentioned that her birthstone was Sapphire, they sent me over the Sapphire dips, but also the blue dips that we're about to get into today. Sorry, I'm stumbling all over my words. And the reason I opted to use the other 2 blue dips that aren't necessarily sapphire, but navy, was because they were created for the owner of West Coast Dips' mom. Her mom wanted a navy dip and she worked hard to create the exact color that her mom wanted, and so that dip is called Valerie, which is her mom's name. And then she made the gorgeous flaky navy to match, or to coordinate with it rather. And how perfect that that dip is called Angel. I was just, it's getting me right now, right in the heart, because my mom is my angel up in heaven, and my dad actually used to refer to her when she was here with us as his angel, and because her name was Angela. So these were the perfect colors for me to create the mani that just made me think of my mom and honor her today on her birthday. So I'm going to get into it here and talk a little bit about my mom just as we go, because I'm thinking of her and just want to share a little bit about her. So I am doing the basic 1 dip of navy, or 1 nail of this navy color, and then I'm going to do 2 with the beautiful flaky one, and then we're going to do some color blocking. So I will actually talk about nail application stuff when we get closer to color blocking. But anyway, as I said, I lost my mom 5.5 years ago to colorectal cancer. She was diagnosed and given about 6 months, and we had her for 6 months and 2 days. My kids were 2 years old. My son was 2, and my daughter was 4 months old when my mom was diagnosed. And wow, was that a doozy of a year with a newborn and a toddler, and then just doing everything I could to spend every moment with my mom. She was just the strongest person I know, and I was with her and my dad when we went to the oncologist and got the news that she couldn't be treated. We were suspicious that this was cancer after some of the tests that they sent her for, but we really walked into that office prepared to just, take on the world. We had a list of questions for the oncologist. We had she wanted to know if the chemo treatment was going to make her lose her hair, or if she'd be allowed to be around her grandkids while she was undergoing treatment and all that kind of stuff. And then he basically said that she could have chemo every other week for maybe 2 years we'd have her, but without any treatment, that she maybe had 6 months. And it turns out he was right on the money with 6 months, and she didn't want to prolong the agony or go through constant treatments that weren't going to cure her. And honestly, I never would have asked her to. It would have just been selfish. And going through that, I mean, any of you that have lost a loved one to cancer just knows it's just it's just horrific, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. So since then, I've become real passionate about just encouraging everyone I love, and that's going to include all you guys. I love you guys, and I don't want you to go through anything that you don't have to. To go to your doctor for preventative care, go for your well checks, go for those annoying tests. You know, women, when we come up on the age where we need a mammogram, get it done. When you go and need a colonoscopy, get it done. You know, my mom wasn't getting her regular checkups done. She hadn't had a colonoscopy, and she was 59 years old. You're supposed to get it at 50. And earlier than that, if you have any kind of history. So now, happy birthday to me when I turn 40. I get to go and do that. But you guys, like, tests can be uncomfortable. They can be a nuisance. They're not like a fun time. But if you can save yourself the pain of going through something like this, or your family the pain of losing you to something as horrific as cancer, then you guys, it's just so worth it. So I'm a huge advocate of preventative care. And oddly enough, today, being the 22nd, Wednesday, I am going for my annual well check. So wish me luck, because we all ladies know how fun that is. But anyway, all that to say, I had an amazing 30 years with my mom. She was just the best mom anyone could ask for. She just was the epitome of a mom. Like, I drove to work once as, 19, 20-year-old. I used to drive to work in my slippers and switch into my heels when I got to work. And one day I got to work and realized I didn't bring my shoes. And it was just like a quick phone call to my mom, and I knew she would be there in an instant. And she drove 30 minutes with my shoes to my workplace. I mean, I was a full-grown adult and still needed my mom maybe more than I did even when I was younger. She was always there for me if I had migraines. You know, she was the one bringing me meds or food or taking me to the hospital or whatever the case may be. She was just like the epitome of a mother, and everything that I hope to be for my kids. So I took my kids over today because it was a sunny day. We went over to the cemetery. I'm sorry, today being Tuesday when I'm recording this voiceover. It's supposed to be raining on Wednesday. So we opted to go over today, and we brought some happy birthday little stick balloons and a rose, and my kids just sat with me, and they know it's Nana's spot, and they're so supportive of me in my emotions. I'm so proud of them for that. They're so young and they don't truly have memories of her, but I have memories of her with them, and that is just so valuable to me. So anyway, thanks for listening to me talk about her. I just want to take a moment on her birthday to honor her, tell you about her, and then, encourage you guys to just take care of yourselves, and let's do everything we can, because, cancer in all of its forms is just vicious, and it doesn't care who you are or what you do or how healthy you try to live. It's just one of those things that the earlier we catch it, the better chance we have of fighting it. So get your well checks, take care of yourself, push your loved ones to do those things. I know my husband is not like, he needs the shove to go to the doctor and get things checked. So, push those that you love to do what they need to do to take care of themselves so they can stick around for as long as possible. Okay, so I'm going to catch my breath while I clear cap those foil nails, and then I'm going to come back and talk to you guys about color blocking. Okay, so this is washi tape. It's like from an old planner that I had. You guys have seen me use it before if you've watched any of my color blocking videos. It just works really well for color blocking, in my opinion. You can use Scotch tape, you can use painter's tape, you can use masking tape, you can use whatever tape you have. Note that before I did this, the first thing I did in this video while I was monologuing is I put a dip of clear down on those two nails and I activated that clear dip powder. The reason I did that is because I have peel base on my nails, and if I didn't put that clear dip down first, then when I pull that washi tape off, it would pull the peel base off of that portion of my nail. And I don't want to do that because then I would have to like file off or soak off or... Oh, you guys, I'm tired. I'm recording this at like almost midnight. Sorry for my yawn. Anyway, that is why I have a clear dip down. If you are not someone who uses peel base, you don't need to do that. So this bottom portion of my color block is going to be clear. And I have to tell you, this clear from West Coast Dips was fabulous. It was truly clear, transparent. I didn't have any bubbles. And in the end, I had like, oh gosh, let's see, the original dip, I did 2 dips for the color block and then a third or another to encapsulate. So like 4 dips of clear, and it was really, really clear, like straight through to my builder gel. No like fogginess or bubbles or anything. So definitely a good clear dip. That's not always the case. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do clear on the bottom. I'm using my little spoon to pour over because when you have tape like wrapped around your finger like that, dipping into the jar is not like the easiest thing to do. So I use a little spoon. If you don't have a spoon, you could literally just pour from the jar like onto your finger and let like the lid catch it and then pour it back in. Or if you have like a swatch stick, just anything to scoop works fine. So I'm going to let you guys watch as I do my second clear, and then I'm going to pull that tape off. I am going to activate the clear before I go in with the blue flakes. The reason I am activating this time, I don't always when I color block, the reason I'm activating it this time is because I had clear on a half of my nail and I was going in with a dark pigmented flaky color. So if I had not activated that, I think it would have been much more prone to absorbing that blue pigment and just kind of making that clear portion murky or like blue stained. So hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to quick activate that half of my nail and then get into the second half. And then I'm going to come back and talk to you guys for a minute about striping tape. So hang in there, bear with me. I tried to speed through the repetitive parts, but I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, striping tape. Now, be warned, if you're going to work with striping tape, I highly recommend you bring as much patience to the table as you have, because I've even had, I did a mani not terribly long ago with striping tape, and it was like a breeze. It went super smoothly. I didn't have any issues. It applied really nicely. It stuck where I wanted it. It was great. This one fought me. Not terribly, but enough that I was annoyed. So bring your patience with you. I really like the effect of striping tape, but man, I think just because it's such a skinny piece of stinking tape, it can be a pain. So what I'm gonna do here is I have the thin piece of pink striping tape. That's what I'm gonna do right along the color block line. I have not clear encapsulated these nails, so that's going to come next, but I wanted to make that clear. You want to do your striping tape before your clear encapsulation. That's what I find works best, and of course then you can file over it, make it nice and smooth and all that. So I am applying dip base right along that color blocked line, right where I'm going to put the tape. So the tape is technically kind of sticky, but it's such a small amount of surface of stickiness that it doesn't adhere super well on its own. So if you put a little bit of base down, get the tape stuck where you want it. You obviously don't want your fingers stuck to it. So if you need to use tweezers or an orange wood stick like I'm about to, or just anything to kind of press the corners down and get it where you want to, that's what works best for me, just not using my fingers but using a tool. And then once you have it smooth across the top and just stuck where you want it, go ahead and dab where that dip base is with activator. That is going to stick it down nice and solid because it's going to cure that dip base and harden it. So the striping tape is going to be stuck nice and good, nice and smooth, and it's not going to budge. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch that. If you have any questions about this, go ahead and pop it in the comments, but hopefully I just explained why I'm doing what I'm doing fairly well. So hang in there, and then I'm going to wrap this up. Alright, so I am going ahead in with my West Coast Dips gel base before applying my gel top coat, and that is just going to help my gel top coat adhere without peeling. So you guys will have to let me know what you think of this mani. I really, really loved it. It did give me, it made me work for it. I'm not gonna lie. It was, between the color blocking and the striping tape, I was like, it was a little bit more, work intensive, but it made me feel so good. The whole time I was thinking about my mom. I was thinking about her sapphire birthstone, her September birthday, and just all those birthdays that I spent with her. So I hope that you guys heard her story and maybe will turn to somebody you love. Give your mom a call, tell her you love her while you can. Our days are not promised. I was really grateful in the end. It was really, really hard to watch my mom so sick for those 6 months. It just was really not, I always said we weren't making any more memories at that point. We were just, surviving day to day, and the good memories had already been made. But all that to say, I'm so grateful I had those 6 months to just spend every moment I could with her. We had a super close relationship even prior to her diagnosis. And I'm grateful for that I wasn't trying to make up for lost time. We were already so close. But that being said, I'm so glad we had that time. I can't imagine those of you who have lost loved ones in sudden and tragic accidents, or you hear stories of heart attacks or brain aneurysm, or horrible sudden things, and I don't know how a person processes those things. So to anyone who has lost a parent or just a loved one in general, my heart goes out to you, and I hope that you will join with me and reach out to those we still have and make them feel just loved and treasured and special today. That's all I hope for. So I am wrapping up my gel top coat now. I love the West Coast Dips gel top coat. It is super slick, super glossy. I love it so much. So make sure you snag some if you are shopping West Coast Dips. So there is the finished mani. I am hydrating my cuticles with Candi Skincare Cuticle Oil. This was their birthday scent called Celebrate. And it kind of smells like birthday cake with a little extra hint of lemon maybe. So super hydrating. I love the smell. I love how it feels. So grab some of that too. Discount codes are in the description box as always. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening and letting me honor my mom in this way. And I will see you guys in my next vid. Bye now.